This is some crazy shit. Listen to this headline. Teen beheaded classmate. Since when are teenagers beheading each other? This is some crazy shit. In jealous rage over girlfriend. Really? Over a woman? I don't care if she's Helena fucking Troy. There ain't no pussy that's worth chopping off somebody's head and spending forever in jail. So a crazed teen, yeah, you're chopping heads off over broads, you're crazed. You're nuts. Or just really, really fucking dumb. Like 65 IQ. Like dumber than Forrest Gump. Like I can't see the future consequences of my actions. I think I'm going to get away with it when I chop somebody's head off. That's dumb. Or crazy. Or both. Beheaded a schoolmate who he thought had slept with his girlfriend, prosecutors said in court this week. Matthew Bourges was just 15 in November 20... this is an old story. When he was accused of cutting off the head and hands of Lee Manuel Valorio Paulino, 16, in Lawrence, Massachusetts. It's a couple years old. But it's new if I've never heard of it. But this is just crazy. It's so crazy. Bourges killed the Lawrence High School sophomore in a jealous rage after accusing him of sleeping with his girlfriend, causing them to split. Prosecutors said in Essex County. So you're angry because you think your broad slept with some dude. You don't know if he did, so you accuse her, and then the exact thing you were afraid of happening happened. Oftentimes in life, our fear of something is what causes that something to actually take place. Meanwhile, if we hadn't had that fear and in turn hadn't acted upon that fear, that thing that we were afraid of would never have happened. Keep that in mind. Oh, I'm going to need a load of coffee to get through this shit. All right. So I think of killing someone and I smirk, said the wacky nut job with a hairdo that matches. It's all I think about every day, killing someone and smirking. He texted the girl this stuff. No wonder she broke up with you. What a nut job. It's so crazy. The next time you see me, look at my eyes. Because that's the last time they'll be like that. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Oftentimes, crazy people say shit that only means something to them. I remember this one crazy homeless broad that used to live near my house. And every day I would walk by her, she'd be outside near my house, and she'd be talking to somebody. And I'd be like, I remember one day I stopped, and I said, hello. And she didn't respond. And I said, you mind if I ask who you're talking to? And she said, Harry. I was like, I don't see anybody. Who's Harry? She said, he's the giant fucking rabbit. The giant white rabbit standing right beside you. I was like, what the fuck, really? I tried to engage her and have a conversation, but I couldn't get very much out of her, except that, she was at one point married, and then she went nuts, schizophrenia or something, and now lives on the street. Oh, man. Hey, you don't know what these crazy people are doing or why they're doing it. The next time, my eyes will be different. They'll be dead eyes. He texted her before the brutal murder, according to the report. The following day, Valoria Paulino went missing, and his decapitated... So you send a wackadoo message like this to a broad who you had prior accused to sleeping with a guy whose body was found headless the next day after you sent this message. This guy's no rocket scientist. I guess that's partly why you don't hear about too many rocket scientists being accused of murder. If they do kill somebody, they're smart enough to get rid of them in a intelligent, clever fashion, right? Though not always, but yeah, usually some moron like this fucker. Good Lord. So the state trooper who later found the victim's head found it in a bag nearby. That's odd. You chop off the head. Wouldn't that... Now, of course, he must have been in a rage, right? I wonder what he used. Did he use a sword? Did he use a machete? I wonder what he used to chop off the head. Was it post-mortem? And if it was post-mortem, wouldn't that be to prevent identification? And if it's to prevent identification, why the hell would you leave the bag in a fucking head? The head in a bag, like 20 feet from the body. It's so crazy. But that's why this show is called Crazy Shit. All right, so surveillance video showed the two teens walking toward the river, but Bourges initially told the police they had gone to smoke pot. But after Bourges was arrested, police found a journal at his home with the last entry to call a few friends, wear bags on their shoes, and kill him. No trail of breadcrumbs there. The defendant told them he stabbed him to death and cut his head and hands off so he couldn't be identified. Gubitas told the court. So it was to prevent identification, but he left the head there? That's crazy. But that's just stupid. Maybe this should be on stupid shit. I think I might have picked the wrong video. I should put this on my stupid shit series, not this crazy shit. This kid's just a dummy. This is like a how not to fucking commit a murder. I'm going to kill somebody, and the first thing I'm going to do is write about it. And I'm going to leave that writing in a journal at home. Then I'm going to tell my girlfriend I'm going to kill somebody. Then the next day, I'm going to kill somebody we both know that I had reason to be angry with. And then I'm going to kill him. And I'm going to fucking do it in a place that video cameras caught us going to before the act, together. So I could be identified as the last person seen with him. Yeah, that's brilliant. That's about as dumb as Jussie Smollett paying the fucking guys that he paid off to play that hoax on him with a fucking personal check. He's never heard of cash. You can't make it to an ATM, Jussie Smollett. Juicy. What an idiot. All right, so, yeah, defense attorney Edward Hayden insisted the most Bourges can be accused of doing is burglarizing the dead boy's home, not butchering him. Okay. Witnesses who are going to say he committed murder are not reliable. Well, didn't he say it too? Bourget is now 17 and being tried as an adult on the first-degree murder charge. Okay, so the trial is coming up now, and that's why this story is in the media at this moment. His trial continues and expected to take 3 weeks. Seems like a long time. Seems like a pretty cut and dry case to me. I bet you they found other... they're not telling us what kind of evidence they have, but... they probably have blood all over his shoes, blood all over his room. He probably tracked blood into his bedroom. It's probably all in the carpet and shit. Probably fibers on the body, fibers on him that match fibers on the body. I wouldn't be surprised if they found the murder weapon. I need to do some more research into this case. I probably should have beforehand. Just didn't have the time. It just sounded so crazy. It sounded like the perfect story to put in my show. I don't get it. Don't you people plan? See, this is the thing. People who commit murder, they never think they're going to get caught. That's why the death penalty doesn't work as a deterrent. That, and there's something like anywhere between 80 and 150 people at any given time who are innocent on death row. So that's a problem, too. Innocent people getting killed, getting convicted, and sent to the gas chamber, the chair, or whatever. I don't think they use the guillotine anymore. That's just in Europe, maybe. Or being hung. We used to hang people in America, right? When they were guilty of something. Lynched them, right? Yeah. That was how we used to inflict the death penalty on people. By the way, if I was to be killed, if I was like to be found guilty of something that had the death penalty, I would want to be shot. I think that that's the best way to go, right? Why don't they do that anymore? I don't get this. They've got the fucking euthanasia thing where they shoot you up, right, with all those chemicals that actually make you suffer. They found that it's less humane than putting animals down. You're 100% awake and aware as you're dying, and you essentially suffocate, your lungs stop working. So it's like, in a sense, drowning. From what I understand, the whole lethal injection thing is very inhumane. And then, of course, the electric chair. Jesus Christ. Has any of you ever been shocked? Of course you have, right? Now imagine that just lasting for minutes and minutes on end, but like 1,000 times that powerful. Yeah, just shoot him. Shoot him in the head. Shoot him in the chest. Have a fucking bullseye on the heart. That's the best way to go out, really. 6-man firing squad. Everybody aims for the heart. It's over in a second. I guess that's too humane. I think that all these inhumane ways of killing people, of essentially carrying out the death sentence, I think that people don't want to admit it, but there's a morbid part of them that is happy that these people who are being punished are suffering. It's not enough that he dies. I want him to suffer. I think that's the case. Everybody knows that these are inhumane ways to put somebody to death, and that the most humane would be firing squad. Oh, but that's too traumatic to watch. Yet they had the same justification for the Nazis that were blowing away the Jews and tossing them in the shallow fucking graves. Oh, this is too traumatic on our troops. We better find a way that's less traumatic for them, but more traumatic for the people we're killing. Ah, gas chamber. Yeah. Okay, which is also, most of the ways that we have of killing people today, of carrying out, capital punishment, came from the Nazis during World War II. We got all our killing from them. Didn't you know that? That right there ought to tell you, we don't want to perform capital punishment in that way. Nah. I mean, hell, we took the rocket scientists, right? And supposedly got to the moon that way. That's a bunch of bullshit, by the way. We never went to the fucking moon. But anyway, it seems like we got a lot of good shit from the Nazis, huh? Well, depending on how you look at it. Yeah, but fire and squad, that would be the way I'd go out. Abso-fucking-lutely. 6 to the heart, same time. You wouldn't even feel it. You'd just be gone. But too humane. Too humane. You would never hear people who are for the death penalty say that, but that's what they're thinking. They want those people to suffer.